Welcome to AL-BIM Decor, where timeless elegance meets cozy holiday spirit. In today's video, we'll explore the most beautiful farmhouse Christmas decor ideas for 2025. Combining rustic charm with modern sophistication, discover how simple touches of wood, greenery, and warm lighting can transform your home into a cozy haven this festive season. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below with your favorite decor idea to stay inspired this holiday season. The heart of the farmhouse, the living room glow. The living room is the centerpiece of any farmhouse Christmas home. This year, think of soft plaid throws, oversized knitted blankets, and flickering candles on reclaimed wood tables. Mix in vintage ornaments and natural pine garlands for that authentic country look. Layer textures and play with soft lighting to create warmth that draws people in. It's all about simplicity that feels lived in yet elegant. Rustic entryway magic. Your entryway sets the mood for the holidays. A reclaimed wooden bench, cozy cushions, and a woven basket filled with pine cones instantly create a welcoming atmosphere. Add a simple wreath made from eucalyptus and pine for an understated yet stunning statement. The goal is to make guests feel at home the moment they step inside. the cozy fireplace focal point. Nothing says farmhouse Christmas like a glowing fireplace surrounded by festive accents. Drape garlands of cedar, hang stockings made of burlap or linen, and place lanterns at varying heights for depth. A mix of candles and fairy lights adds that soft golden hue reminiscent of classic winter evenings. Farmhouse Christmas tree style. A true farmhouse Christmas tree exudes rustic beauty. Choose simple ornaments in wood, white, and metallic tones, tied with burlap or lace ribbons. Add sprigs of dried orange slices or cinnamon sticks for a natural, fragrant touch. Keep it authentic and organic, less is often more. Kitchen warmth and simplicity. The kitchen is where hearts gather. Infuse it with festive joy using plaid towels, ceramic mugs, and vintage cookie jars. A small tree or wreath hung above the sink adds a charming touch. Think of scents like cinnamon, vanilla, and pine that fill the air as you bake and celebrate. Dining table elegance. For your dining area, choose a simple linen tablecloth, elegant glassware, and centerpieces made of fresh greens and candles. Natural textures like wood and jute complement the rustic tone beautifully. The focus should be on warmth, togetherness, and understated elegance. Bedroom retreats with holiday comfort. Even bedrooms deserve Christmas touches. Add plaid bedding, warm throw blankets, and a touch of greenery near the headboard. Subtle fairy lights can create a dreamy ambience, turning your bedroom into a winter retreat where comfort meets charm. Rustic windows and greenery views. Windows are perfect for showcasing holiday beauty. Hang simple garlands or wreaths on the panes and place candles or mini trees on the sills. Natural light combined with greenery brings life to farmhouse interiors. Charm of vintage accents. Antique finds like old sleds, lanterns, or weathered wood frames bring authentic farmhouse nostalgia. Incorporate these with modern touches like LED candles to balance vintage with function. Each piece tells a story of timeless holiday warmth. natural materials and earthy tones. Stick to a palette of whites, greens, browns, and soft golds. These hues ground the decor and let natural materials like wood and linen shine. The earthy tones bring calm and balance to festive excitement. Outdoor farmhouse cheer. Your porch and garden can also radiate farmhouse charm. Wrap garlands around railings, light up lanterns, and use rustic crates for displaying poinsettias. A farmhouse Christmas doesn't stop at the door, it begins at the gate. DIY farmhouse decorations. Homemade decorations add meaning to the season. Create ornaments from twine, fabric scraps, or dried fruit. Crafting together as a family adds warmth that no store-bought decor can replicate. Soft lighting and cozy atmosphere. Warm white lights create that classic glow. Mix fairy lights, lanterns, and candles for layers of gentle light, that make spaces feel intimate and magical. Lighting defines the mood: soft, calm, and festive. Rustic table centerpieces. Combine pine branches, berries, and wooden trays for simple yet stunning table displays. Add small candles for glow and natural textures to tie it all together. It's about bringing nature indoors. Farmhouse mantle ideas. Dress your mantle with garlands, stockings, and wooden signs bearing festive greetings. The mix of greenery and texture turns it into a captivating focal point. Touches of white and gold. A touch of gold among whites and neutrals elevates the farmhouse look. Think gold candle holders, star ornaments, and light-reflecting accents that add holiday luxury while keeping the simplicity intact. farmhouse bathroom festivity. Even the bathroom can feel festive. Add scented candles, pine-scented soaps, and a tiny wreath over the mirror. Simple yet thoughtful touches create harmony throughout your home. Family gatherings and warm memories. Farmhouse decor celebrates family togetherness. The cozy textures and soft glow create the perfect backdrop for laughter, shared meals, and new memories that last beyond the holidays. Sustainable and timeless decor. Opt for natural, reusable materials, wood, linen, glass that you can cherish year after year. Farmhouse style thrives on authenticity and sustainability, making your Christmas both beautiful and eco-conscious. Conclusion, bringing it all together. As you decorate your home this Christmas, remember that farmhouse style is about warmth, love, and authenticity. Whether it's a rustic wreath or a glowing candlelit table, every detail tells a story of timeless beauty. Thank you for joining us at AL-BIM Decor. Subscribe, like, and share this video to keep the festive inspiration alive. And may your 2025 Christmas be filled with peace and joy.